The Object 260 is a Russian Tier 10 collector heavy tank. It's got amazing DPM, fantastic accuracy, and some of the best mobility for a Tier 10 heavy in its class. There's a problem though. This tank has no gun depression and no armor. And because of that, I really have a hard time finding myself liking the 260. I know there's people out there that really do enjoy this vehicle, but to me, I just see it as like a worse T95E6. Not only does the 95E6 have more DPM, better penetration, standard shells that are AP ammo, but it also has 4 more degrees of gun depression, the same top speed with a better power to weight ratio, the tank's lower down, and it's honestly got a troller upper plate. To me, there's not a single advantage the Object 260 carries over the E6. And because of that, I just question what's the point of driving this vehicle. Even the Type 71, it goes a little bit slower at 40 compared to the 50 now that the 260 goes, but Type 71 has better traverse speed, it's got way better armor, and it feels just as mobile. And that's the problem I have with the 260. If this tank had a bit of frontal armor, just a bit, or maybe a bit more gun depression, I feel like it would be an amazing tank. But the problem is that it's a very large Russian heavy, and it has no armor. It's like, get a 2.5 to you, and then give it no frontal protection, and that's almost how I see this tank. And while Wargaming did buff its top speed by 3 to go 50, and while they buffed its power to weight by 70, and its aiming time by 0.2 seconds, they nerfed its hit point pool by 100. Why? Why would you nerf the hit point pool? That was one of the only things that was nice about this vehicle, is that it had a decent chunk of hit points so that you could brawl mediums. Now sure, still has 2400, but I mean, you got a lot less than every other Tier 10 heavy at this point. And a Type 71 sitting at like 2700 hit points or whatever it is gonna beat you in every single brawl. So let's make our way into the front line, see what we can do. I still don't think this is a bad tank. As I say, every tank in Tier 10 has its situational role, but it's just like, why drive this tank when there are so many other options that you can pick? We actually got a pretty lucky bounce there, but, well, being a heavy tank, you get spotted through bushes, and that's exactly what happened to us right there. Oh boy. Well, not really sure what to do here. You know, another tank that's a pretty good example of just kind of better than this vehicle is the 121. It's a much lower down tank. It's got fantastic DPM. It's got a much better power to weight. Yeah, also this TVP, why? That guy had a top 16 camo. Or a top 12 camo, actually. Oh well, I'm just gonna keep on living my life and pretend that didn't happen. We got the 60 TP off to the side, and oh, there is an AMX M4 that we can shoot at. And I will say, the gun is fairly accurate on this vehicle, so if you do actually get the opportunity to connect your shells, they will connect quite hard. But at the same time, we got to be careful here, because like this AMX is definitely going to be a bit of a nuisance, especially because we can't really pen him in this situation. I'm going to back up a bit, because obviously I don't want to trade shells with Tier 10 mediums that could possibly out-trade me, so let's back up while we're on reload, and let's see if we can get another tap maybe into that E50. Oh boy. Oh, nope, that's the Sheridan, I think, right? No, that's a Hori penning me. Okay, well, nothing I can do about a Hori, really. We're going to aim it on his tank, and there you go. Nice shell, but okay. I guess the Hori's just got a 2-second reload. What? This game. Alright, yeah, I'm just going to move over towards this side of the map, get shot in the rear by the TVP once, twice, and oh my, we actually got a bounce in our rear. Now, the mobility, definitely nice. You know, we were able to get out of that situation and not die. But, I mean, it's not like, oh my god, oh, this gun, what are you doing to me? Well, we got the Hori over here. We got the 183 off to this side, which did miss me, which is really good. There you go, nice tap into the 183. We've just broken the 2,000 damage barrier. But, yeah, this tank just, it definitely feels a bit painful when driving. There you go. Another nice shot into the 183, bringing him down to quite a low chunk of health at this point. And if we can, like, aim in one more, finish him off, or even, you know, get a nice tap into the Hori there for 449, we're starting to rack out damage. I mean, definitely not doing awful, but not doing good either. I can definitely tell you that. Oh, man. What are you doing to me, gun? Come on, TVP. Kill him, please. Please, TVP. Nice. Okay, the 60 TP also just fired, which means we can get a nice connection into his vehicle. And, okay, we've broken 3,000 damage, and we are going to win this game. While it was a very painful set of gameplay, we are going to win it. There you go. Nice bounce from the Hori. While the armor is not great on this tank, it does have a lot of angles on it, which means you can get some... Oh my god. This gun, I don't know why, but it's just like every other Russian gun where it tends to miss very easy shots every now and then, so... let's try again. Maybe we will hit this shell. We reload, 3, 2, 1, and fire. There you go. We did connect the shell onto the Hori after a couple tries, and that's good news. Okay, so at this point in time, we've got the Hori. I just want to get another connection into his tank, so there you go. Even if we die, that's fine with me. I think our team can still dub this, right? Oh no. You know what? No, we're fine. All the C-100 has to do is get into the base capture. The 183 is still healthy enough to easily take shells from the enemy team. Okay, yeah, I believe in this 183. Not the 183, the 100. I believe. I don't necessarily fully believe in him because that Hori could very easily poke him. No, stay in the base. I believe. Yes, there you go. Okay, so even if this guy dies, there's no way this 183 is going to get cleared, and this is a pretty easy dub. So there you have it. This first game was a perfect representation of what goes through my mind in the average Object 260 battle. It's just, what am I going to do? I'm lost. I don't have the ability to fight mediums, especially the newly buffed mediums, and you really can't fight heavies either that are hauled down, so it's just like, and that's kind of what my brain says. Now, we didn't do bad. We did 3,900 damage, and we even blocked 1,400, but I mean, everything we did in that game could have been so much easier if we had just played a Type 71. So, yeah. There's always people out there that try to argue like every collector in tier 10 is broken, and this is definitely one of those arguments back that is like, maybe not. But I still do think that the tank's good. Like, we did 4K, which is a pretty solid chunk of damage in tier 10, and you can definitely get really good games out. This tank carries fantastic DPM. 2993 is just about up with the other highest DPM tier 10 heavies. So it's not like you can't do well in the tank, it's just that you gotta be really careful. And as you noticed last game, for some reason this gun just really likes to dip into the ground. I don't know why, but every time I drive this tank, the gun's like, nah. It does have good dispersion though. It's .317, which is not, you know, amazing, but it's definitely good enough that you should be able to get most of your shells into your opponents from a decent distance. So the enemy team has an E50M, a Leopard 1, and a Boss Chatillon 25-ton AP. You can see here we're using that good mobility, going 45, 47 kilometers per hour over the hills. We got the E50M in front of us, and, well, we got to figure out what we're going to do. So, well, that's the gun depression not being able to work there. But the good news is that the enemy team also appears that they're pushing off to the other side of the map. And because I have hit points, as I am a heavy, I think we can just... Oh, no. Yeah, there you go. That's the Kranvong, which I literally have no way of escaping. So that's minus 764 hit points. Yay. This is a perfect example of the 260 just, again, feeling like you're just bad, you know? Like, what was I supposed to do in this situation that wasn't going to bleed me health? And of course, our Corsica is just throwing for no reason. But at least the 50-41 is punishing, and we're going to get another shell into that E50M, at least clearing that opponent. So that's good news. Now we got the Leopard 1 over to the side, which we are going to connect a nice shell into. But the Leopard does out-reload us, so I'm going to back up a bit. They also got a Kranvong, which we do know was pushing up. Yep, there he is. So there's a nice shot into the Kran, tracking him, taking a big ol' chunk off. We do have the 183 as well as support. So this is definitely a situation we can win. I just got to use my teammates here. So let's back up. There you go, another nice shot, and if this Kron keeps targeting the 183, this will be absolutely fantastic for me, because we can go for another tracking shell and not pen him. Wow, I'm surprised that Leopard actually bounced us there. That was quite a surprising situation. So let's aim in on this Kron. There you go, another nice tap, 337, and I don't think the 183 is going to kill the dude, but we were able to get some pretty good damage into him. Okay, so you can see how when you have teammate support, this tank is great, you know? That 183 actually saved me. I will thank you, the 183, for helping me out. But at the same time, if you don't have support of a teammate, this vehicle is going to fall apart almost instantly. So the waffle finishes off the enemy Leopard 1, and all that's left is an enemy E100 all the way off to the side. Let's try and use the good mobility this tank has, get a shell into the rear of the E100 possibly, or not. Let's just keep on driving towards towards him at this point. Speed, let us go. Now, I am running Rammer on this tank, down to the fact that vehicles like the E100 just got a massive armor buff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump. There you go. Nice 560 actually into his vehicle. I don't think we're going to get any more damage out into him, but yeah, it looks like that Yo is going to get him before we can get the final shell out. But not a bad game at all. Again, we were able to deal over 3,000 damage, use our mobility to get in the front line. But as I said, every other tank that we could have used would have done the same thing there. A Type 71 could have done that, and unlike I got penned by the Kron twice, the Type could have probably bounced both of those shells from the Kron, if not forced him to load heat. So I think the tank's really good, but it definitely needs to be ran correctly to do well. And it's just kind of worse than other options you have. Because of that, to me, I don't really see the 260 as a tank you should ever spend your money on when you have better options available on the tech tree. But let me know what you guys think about this tank in the comments down below. I don't think it's a bad tank. I don't think it's necessarily a great tank. I think that it's good. You can get the job done if you need to, but definitely would not suggest to buy. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about the 260 in the comments down below. Maybe I'm just running it wrong. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.